direct local community.
And in terms of the Snap story, like that would bring people that aren't there while it's going on and be like, oh crap, like this looks awesome, I gotta go there.
Thank you.
Start like us.
We should wait.
That's my shirt. Yeah. Well, feel free, stand up, stretch it out. Get the energy up. Oh, calisthenics? Calisthenics? Work out the good sweat.
Randy, where did you get that jacket?
Actually, I made it myself. I made it myself.
Did you actually?
Is that really low below the value on it?
I don't know. I was thinking like swap shop. Like honestly, like so many sweet fish from the swap shop.
Really?
Yeah. Like kind of like in good shape too.
Let's start in a minute, regardless of.
I will tell you.
Afraid of it.
So welcome. Thank you so much for coming today. We're really honored to work on this innovation challenge. We really look forward to presenting our ideas. My name is Randy Spillane. I'm joined by Will Kurth, Lily Rosenberg, and MiddCORE.
So you asked us to create a value-based event that would appeal to millennial consumers.
And we call our event Pause with Pete's.
But before we tell you about the event itself, we want to tell you a little bit about characterizing the consumers here, which are millennials. So millennials, as we've seen, really care about their coffee. They care about the source and care where it comes from. And contrary to previous generations, millennials don't just drink coffee in the morning with breakfast. They drink coffee all day because they really enjoy the experience of the coffee, and that's what they value. And then most importantly, something that's really prevalent among all millennials is this culture of busyness. And we did a survey of our peers, as well as from personal experience, we found this is true. Millennials really tend to multitask, so they're trying to focus on a million things at once, and they even have a feeling of guilt when they have free time.
So we want to sort of break the rules of an event. Us millennials, we are always rushed, so we want to do them a favor of bringing Pete's to them.
So we came up with the idea of having a coffee tasting in 10 different socially responsible startups. So there are a couple different facets going on there. First of all, we wanted these coffee tastings to occur on the same day. And this is because that would create a buzzworthy event that would be very visible in social media. Second of all, we wanted to use socially responsible companies because that aligns really well with Pete's dedication to social responsibility. And third of all, we wanted to do startups because these are the companies that are employing millennials. So there are a couple benefits of this type of event. The first being there's a real social media symbiotic benefit that could happen. Pete's could broadcast the social good that these companies are doing, and in return, these companies could broadcast Pete's on their platforms like Instagram. And in addition, this event would allow for familiarity brought to the millennials and potentially make it more likely for these people to visit the actual physical Pete's coffee shops in the future.
And as for our event, we will include these customizable cups with mantras on them. And the reason why we'll have such mantras is, one, we believe that the mantras that we choose will really embody Pete's values, and also that these mantras will really encourage a new practice of mindfulness that we believe will encourage millennials that when they say they're going to take a coffee break, that they actually get coffee and take a break.
And as you can see, these are 5 mantras that we thought we could use on the cups that we think demonstrate a lot of Pete's values, including passion and authenticity. And our favorite one, which we put on our prototype cup here, is "Be Here Now." It really helps millennials to take a moment and just take a break with their coffee.
So we actually learned yesterday that is Helen Young's class mantra.
Thank you for all this.
Yeah. So we actually created a video of a time when we did a beta version of this event.
Yes, we went to a real tech startup, and this is the footage we got. Let's take a look.
So we wanted to make this as cost efficient as possible. So for our customizable cups, we only have to spend about $180. And for the actual beans that we want to bring to these startups, we want to bring a dark, a light, and a medium roast. And that's only going to cost us $46. And also, we want to be able to provide every employee with a free pound of coffee. And we figured that's going to cost around $750. So that's going to be a grand total of $976, and you may think that this is for each company, but no. No. This is going to be for all 10 companies, and it's a very cost-efficient way to carry out our event.
We'd be happy to tell you more about how we came to those numbers in the question and answer. But these potential company venues are the companies that we looked at that have a sense of social responsibility, where we thought that we could host the events.
And we'd like to thank you so much for your time.
And we hope you like our event, and we're happy to answer any questions.
The goal here for this event really is to get millennials to wake up from their tech-filled daydreams and to smell the Pete's coffee.
Thank you.
So when Pete's is on, say, for Fresh's campus, what do you see as the experience and the engagement there?
Well, we imagined that the event would take place in like mid-afternoon, so around 3 p.m., that 3 p.m. slump. Since we did do the research and found that millennials drink coffee all day, it doesn't need to be a morning event, and having it in the afternoon would be a really great time to have millennials who are in their startup work really like unplug literally and take a break.
And we also thought ideally if a barista, someone else who works for Pete's, could be there and explain a little bit more about how the coffee is brewed, and why it's such an artisan coffee, that would also be great. So the idea is to have almost like a station where you can come get coffee, get a free bag of coffee, and potentially learn more about
How do you make the connection to the whole TechnoServe piece? Where does that fit in this idea?
I think because you guys have partnered with TechnoServe already, the barista, the person who represents Pete's, who's at the events and who's talking to these socially responsible tech startup companies, could talk about TechnoServe there, and maybe even use one of the ideas that we already heard of from the other group that was focusing more on the verification story.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to be with us. So what you're watching right now is an animation done by a New York City-based artist named Sam Deavy. And what Sam does is he uses coffee, oftentimes Pete's coffee, to do pieces of artwork such as this. We had the opportunity to Skype with Sam while he was in the Seychelles, and he gives the inspiration for our event, and he was very kind to do this animation for us. So our event, inspired by Sam as well as research and talking with stakeholders, is called Coffee is Art. We believe that this event will be consistent with Pete's values and will help Pete's company in a multitude of ways. My name is Adam Druppin.
My name is Alex Odernas.
I'm Julia Trencher. I'm Mary Bailey.
So one of the first people we talked to was Claire Cobb, who's a strategic philanthropist. And the main point she really got across to us was that people want a brand that stands for something more than just a bottom line. And so, right now, so much of the coffee industry is just that, a transaction between someone buying coffee and someone selling coffee. So what we want to do with our addressing this challenge is to create more of a community environment at Pete's and make it about more than just buying coffee, but make Pete's Cafes a place where people come to gather and interact socially.
We also looked at some unconventional avenues in our research. We looked at consumer purchases in 2014 and 2015 and found that there was this real spike in people looking to buy real life games and real life experiences, such as adult coloring books, as is quoted here. There was a spike of 11 million adult coloring books from 2014 to 2015. We also looked at Kickstarter and found that there was almost double the amount of real life tangible games successfully funded as opposed to technologies. And so for us, this means that there's this need for an opportunity for creativity and self-expression amongst millennials and others.
Another common theme amongst a lot of the interviews and calls we conducted was that people really wanted to focus on authenticity over everything else. So we really want to accentuate this value and really pinpoint on it in our event.
So out of our research, we found 3 needs: community, authenticity, and creativity.